Hello, everybody, and welcome to another exciting episode of Main Character Syndrome. I'm your host, Cheesymanfredo, aka Alfredo Morales. And before we start this episode, I'd like to say thank you to our previous guests of Sporttown Heroin and Spiral. We did the PCP eulogy last episode because the PCP is unofficially dead, which is pretty flipping cool.
Damn.
You guys, yeah, it's pretty awesome. But before we go any further, let me introduce today's guest for the docket, returning guest, SuperSpoe.
Hey,
say hello, SuperSpoe.
Hello, SuperSpoe.
There he is. And new guest, SynthCool over here.
Hey, Peter.
There he is.
Peter.
Hey.
There he is.
He's Joe Maxing right now.
Barney loving babies.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'm a
Real
big fan of that purple guy.
Barney sells seething right now. Such comments.
Barney sells seething over Bluey Chads.
Or Bluey Chads. Yes. Bluey Chads reign supreme. Again.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But Synth, what do you do? Why are you here?
Well, you know, it's making my head really hurt. I don't know. I don't know. I just like being on stuff, and I just like being acknowledged. So that's why I'm here.
I got you. You rumor goes you make content supposedly.
Yeah. So when I was a teenager, I was kind of a Filthy Frank parody channel. I would just make a bunch of like shit posts. I made a Jimmy Neutron video about Skeet, about a character, and it went viral, and then that was the peak of my life, and then I just sort of made shittier content. And now I do a podcast with my friend Ivan, aka Mr. Meatball, and it's called Zoomer Tombstone, but I'm still trying to do more content on my channel. I'm trying to make more I'm working on some exciting stuff, some real groovy stuff, and yeah, just doing that Zoomer Tombstone podcast in the meantime. Yeah, so I'm a fucking train wreck. What's up, guys?
What's up?
I gotta say, I know the Skeet video is like what you've been known for, but I'm a big fan of that video you did where you interviewed Mr. Enter. You know, that was a real classic.
Oh yeah. Shout out to Jacob Autism for doing the voice of Mr. Enter.
I was just about to ask. I was like, wait, actually, but nah. It sounds like a whole fucking bit.
No, it was like
the guy's name is fucking.
It's just a guy doing a shitty impression. It was enthralling.
No, it was actually the Mr. Enter. Mr. Enter actually has those beliefs.
Oh damn. Well,
it was a 1-for-1. Basically,
I didn't know his real name was Jacob Autism. That's eye-opening.
That's awful. Jacob Autism, Johnny Asperger's.
I mean, no, Jacob Autism. He has a YouTube channel where he makes content. He did the voice of Mr. Enter on that.
Nice.
Jacob Autism is like the perfect voice if you never want to get hired by like one of those bigger like YouTuber companies.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we represent Jacob Autism, and you just took down his video. We want to reinstate it.
We're here with Jacob Autism LLC. You'll be hearing from our lawyer.
My favorite Super Smash Bros. Competitive player, Jacob Autism.
Oh boy.
This is the sequel to Donnie Darko.
Donnie Darko is not a good movie.
Oh, you don't like Donnie Darko?
Okay.
I'm not gonna shit on you. We're not. I don't really care what people like or dislike.
I haven't even seen Donnie Darko.
It's pretty dark.
I changed my mind when I haven't seen it in a while. Now that I'm thinking about it, it's actually a good movie. It's just not a great movie. It's overhyped.
It's very interesting. The director is kind of like a weirdo, but not like he doesn't do like weird things. But all of his like kind of ideas for stories are always kind of like super weird and like high concept, but kind of like in his mind he has like the full explanation for all the weird shit that's going on, but he'll never tell you.
Yeah, I think that's the problem with the movie. But now, like every movie today is like very like cookie cutter.
Over explaining.
Yeah, like you could sort of like appreciate a movie like Donnie Darko now.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. it doesn't give you it all for free. That was kind of my like problem with you guys ever seen Jordan Peele's Us?
I never actually seen that.
Yeah.
Well, not too much spoilers, but I like the movie, but I think my one issue was there's parts that are under-explained and there's parts that are like over-explained. Like they kind of explained it again, right? And I get why it's there because like I the movie was made for mainstream audiences, but I bet if the movie was like indie or more like kind of like, you know, not part of like major movie theater chains, they probably could have gone away with like barely explaining anything, because I feel like the movie would have been 10 times better if they just didn't really explain what's going on.
Yeah,
that's what I kind of disagree with you. Is like I feel like when you walk out of a movie, you shouldn't be confused. That's like the one. I feel like I don't want to be confused. That was my problem with the Joker movie. Is like
you're confused.
Like was that bitch like he thinking about like a hallucination or what? Like,
my god!
Like, just give me the proper answer. Like,
here I am, cock hard in the theater, and then you just like she's not real. What is this?
I'm like, what's the deal? You know, I stood up and I did a whole Jerry Seinfeld bit in front of the whole movie.
No, what's the deal? Is she real or fake?
Yeah. It's just like, you know, like it's such a film school thing to be like, I'm gonna have a lot of mysteries for the audience. It's such a Redditor film school thing. It's like, no, motherfucker, you're gonna tell me the answer right here, right now. I paid money for this movie. You know, like, gee whiz.
I came into the theater with my big bib on, ready to lap up any film I didn't understand. You're not even going to try feeding it to me? What is this?
I think, Synth, I think you'd be a big fan of, like, the special edition of Donnie Darko where, like, between scenes, there's, like, little, like, images that have descriptions of what's going on. Because it's like, really, like, we watched the movie and I'm like, oh, that was weird and interesting. But it's like, oh, well, you see, actually, it's all about time travel, kind of. And it's like, you know, sometimes these things, you die from things that haven't happened, but that did happen in another timeline. And then there's like these just big, like, just essays that fill the screen, just telling you exactly what's going on. And would you say you much prefer that?
Yeah, some real pop-up trivia.
Look, I'm not saying you have to like give me a description. I'm not. You don't have to like do 100% like video game completion here. I'm just saying, just like, don't leave me like totally confused. You know, just give me like some hints. Just give me like, or just have like it like implied. I'm not saying you have to have it like spoken. Just have it like implied. You know, if you leave me confused, I'm not having a good time. I just think has their head up their ass. You know, the director.
I think what you need is like a big old fat nerd that you watch MCU movies with, and once the movies are over, he'll explain to you like all the extra lore. Like, well, that was the Council of Kings, which showed up in Avengers Assemble issue 125, and really they got this bigger plan that connects back with time machines. And
and then that big nerd is like holding a bucket of popcorn, and I reach in that bucket of popcorn and I feel something.
His fucking bow tie starts twirling.
His suspenders start snapping.
And then we do that Marvel thing where I say like, well, that just happened. Check please. Man,
it was funny. I like that one tweet that was like, no Marvel movie has ever had the "that just happened" line, but they do say that line in the movie Arrival.
I mean, didn't Thor 4 have like the "he's standing right behind me" thing?
Did it? I haven't seen Thor 4. One of these days I'll watch it.
Yeah.
I'm planning to have Guardians of the Galaxy 3 be the last MCU movie I see in theaters, and after that I'm done. No more.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you say that now, but wait till they make Morbius 2.
That's not MC. That doesn't count.
Yeah. That's a whole other theatrical experience.
That's the Sony verse. Excuse me.
You see, in Morbius 2, they're not uppity. They will have a guy sit there and explain to you everything that's happening, so you're not confused.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Man, I mean, to be fair, with the Spider-Man movies, I feel like they kind of like have Marvel has been pushing for like Spider-Man to be like the multiverse guy. So
Yeah.
like every Spider-Man story is gonna be like, okay, here's Peter Parker in Earth 616, Earth 69, Earth 420, Earth 8, Dick Fart Feet. They're all gonna meet each other, and I feel like I'm gonna have a fat nerd have to explain that to me in every Spider-Man.
You're gonna need a fat nerd for June 1st when Edge of the Spider-Verse comes out, or Process. I forget what the fuck subtitle is, but you're gonna need one of those because you're gonna want every one of those multiversal Spider-Man explained.
Yeah, there's room for a 17-hour video essay just for that, you know.
God, speaking of like long ass video essays, I really hate the perception that just because like someone makes like a 8-hour fuck long video going for every single detail of like The Last Jedi, like every single scene, and saying actually this is why the scene is bad. I hate that the perception is that that's like a thorough video, because it's not. Yeah. It's not a thorough video, and that's like saying cinema sins with this thorough because they count a sin for every scene, you know.
Yeah, it is. It is fucking weird how like you'll be like, well, I made an 8-hour video on this and on this show.
It's long. It has to be thorough. I mean, why else would it be long? You know,
it's that like they don't get the idea that there are some people who would just make it that long just because that's the selling point, and like most of it is just them kind of spinning their wheels and like just kind of fucking around.
Like you have to justify hating every single scene, and it's like you don't gotta live your life this way. This is not good, you know. And you're doing this for fucking You're doing this for like baby movies too. So it's like I'd get it if it was like some French new wave shit, black and white shit. I'd get that, but for like Star Wars, dude, that shit for babies. That shit for little shitty diaper babies, dude.
Hey, is this podcast pro or anti LS Mark?
Okay. Well, my stance is that Veronica should be allowed to cheat because she's attractive. I think that's my stance. That's the official stance. Wait, is Ellis Mark pro or anti-feminist? Because depending on that answer will be my answer.
I mean, I don't know LS Mark's like stance on feminism. I just know his stance on Back at the Barnyard is incorrect.
Okay, well, I guess we'll say we're pro Ellis Mark because he's like anti-Daft Pina, and I'm very anti-Daft Pina.
Yeah, you know that's fair.
Who's Daft Pina?
Don't worry about it.
Okay. Thanks for giving me a bullet.
Oh wait, I forgot you want things explained. He's this little fella. He's a little guy. He's working on a pilot for a cartoon. It's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be the greatest cartoon ever.
Is it gonna be better than Mr. Inter's growing around?
Well, it's hard to beat perfection, you know.
Yeah. You know,
but yes,
I have my growing around T-shirt on me right now. My growing around poster. My growing around
my going around fingerless gloves with my going around socks and my going around Crocs.
Yeah,
wearing them.
Yeah, you're a real grower. I know what you mean.
I'm a real grow ahead.
Grow ahead. Grow ahead.
God,
that's good. That's a good Marvel villain. Grow ahead.
Grow head. I'm grow head. No one can stop me. And then Tony Stark comes back from the dead to stop him.
Fucking annihilates grow head.
Oh shit! Grow head got blown the fuck out.
My weakness was my head the entire time.
Oh no. Fuck. What was I gonna say? Yeah, you know what I hate? Another thing I hate is everyone's need to make pilots. I fucking hate cartoon pilots.
Why?
I'm anti-cartoon. Okay, I'm being facetious, but I kind of don't. Okay, I really don't like that. There's a new attitude is that everyone wants to make their own like animated pilot, when like statistically speaking, I don't think any animated pilot has ever gotten like a show, and I can only probably name 2 off the top of my head, and one of them is like an anime. So I don't know like what's the kind of like looking back on it. Is this even the smartest move to make? And I strongly think it's not.
Are you talking about YouTubers making their own pilots?
YouTubers, just anybody really.
Because
the people who do the whole we're kickstarting for our pilot guys, like that whole thing. I don't like it.
Well, I mean, a pilot is a sort of a way to like experiment to see how the characters would work. kind of a way.
I think you could still do that. You just don't need to call it a pilot. I feel like it's unnecessary to call it a pilot, and I blame. It's a larger point of me blaming capitalism. But before I get to that, I think also there's this misconception that like mostly kind of like just cartoon YouTubers have that like, oh yeah, you need the pilot for the show, and it's like no you don't. You need to pitch the show first, and then the studio or the company you're pitching to will pay for a pilot to be made, right?
I mean, okay. I sort of think of like you make a pilot, a very scratch pilot, just to give during the draft. Like it could be like a 5 or 6 minute thing, just to see how some things would work, or if you have potential to even be in like the same room with business people. And then if they like that pilot, they'll fund you like a full season or something like that.
It's not that cut and dry, really. It's I mean, because the majority of like animated shows don't start with pilots. They just start with like pitches. Actually, I think the most important thing would be like a pitch Bible would be the most like crucial thing you would need to get your show going. They from a couple of industry people that I talked to, they said that like they wouldn't recommend making a pilot first because when you do that, that kind of gives the impression to the studio heads that you're pitching to that you're too concrete with your ideas, you know. And they themselves want to like put their own like fingerprints on something, you know. They want to like suggest changes just so they could say that they like, yeah, that was my idea, so and so, because I'm a part of this creative process, right? If it's like a nice like a pilot, fully animated, fully voiced and everything, it that gives like the wrong impression to these like studio heads. Like Dexter's Lab didn't have like a pilot before it was pitched. It was pitched and then they got a pilot made. A lot of the majority of shows just work like that. And there's a couple of exceptions, but when you look at it like statistically, the fucking like amount of pilots that get made, that these like indie pilots get made and don't get picked up, are like the amount that do get picked up is incredibly just small. I think Hazbin Hotel is such like an outlier for a lot of it, you know.
Well, listen, motherfucker, listen. When those studio heads see the Growing Around pilot, they will be on their fucking knees.
Didn't Mr. Enter say that he's okay with this not making any money or getting picked up?
That's like he's a true auteur.
Yeah,
that
you capitalist swine. Or
that made me respect him more when he said that. Like, I don't plan to make money off of this. I'm like, well, king move, true artist.
I actually stole Mr. Inter's pitch Bible for Growing Around. I have it right here in my hands.
Any interesting things in that?
Yeah.
Now it's covered in a substance that's really gross. It's all sticky in between. I don't know what Mr. Inter did.
I mean, sometimes you're like eating honey like Pooh Bear and just paging through books and stuff.
Yeah,
all the time.
Look, all if there's one thing that geniuses have in common is they have messy rooms. Sometimes you put the old Mountain Dew cans a little bit too close to your pitch Bible, and spills happen. That's very normal. I'd say it happens more often than you think.
That's one thing they don't tell you is that a good pitch Bible needs to be slightly green. That's how you know it's really in an auteur's house.
That's how they know you really worked hard on it, because you had it around you all the time, even while you were eating.
Exactly.
It has a couple of Taco Bell like sauce stains on it.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
And then when you're saying,
go ahead.
I was gonna say, like, Mr. Enter, he probably doesn't have like a messy room. I think he takes care of himself. I think he has like a Patrick Bateman like morning routine.
That'd be pretty awesome.
Yeah, honestly.
I'm a big fan of that Patrick Bateman morning routine scene. I want to see like the man who lives like paycheck to paycheck version of that scene. I think that'd be awesome. Damn, I was gonna say another thing. I remember. I think the real strategy here's the secret inside tip to how to get an animated pilot. Step one: just fucking already work in the industry. Just already get like an industry job first and foremost. Work on a couple shows. And like, and also like jump in on the opportunity to like kind of step in as like not exactly showrunner, but just kind of like as the head writer or like I don't know, I forget the name of the fucking title for it. Yeah.
Listen, motherfucker, you expect the artist behind Growing Around to work on inferior TV shows as an assistant or being head of his own show? He is an alpha male. He wishes for gold, not bronze. So why don't you like stop giving advice to Mr. Interest?
But this advice, okay, this obviously, if you're an alpha male, you should just ignore this advice. That should be a given.
There's an asterisk in every advice book where it just says ignore the entire book if you are an alpha male.
That was when I did a character design panel a couple weeks ago, and I did put that asterisk in every one of my panels. You could totally ignore everything I'm saying if you're an alpha male. It's okay. It's okay to like not follow silhouettes or like color or shape language or like color theory. Just ignore all that if you're a complete fucking alpha male. If you're a fucking Giga Chat, it's okay to just not even know how to design a character. Just fuck it. You know, all off the dome.
You just keep throwing
maybe you could like
paper airplanes with your drawings to Cartoon Network until they eventually have to unravel one eventually.
I'm gonna like go to a convention and like trip in front of Rebecca Sugar and be like, oops, dropped all my plans for Steven Universe 2. Darn. Oh man, they're all over the ground. I hope no one sees this.
She looks down.
I realize how genius it is.
She looks down. It's like, you're the 5th person today to do that, man. Come on.
You purposely get ran over by a train so you can start seeing like cartoons in your head.
I was gonna say, yeah, out of Jimmy.
Is that what happened? He was killed by a train.
No, he got hit by a car. He was like in a music. He got hit by something. Something fucking hit him, and his head cracked open. And they're like, "Oh fuck, this motherfucker can't die on our fucking property." So they tried to save his life right there.
To put some schizophrenic's brain in his head.
Right, exactly. Yeah,
they put the original like the Walt Disney parody, like his brain into Jimmy's brain. So
and he has a bunch of anti-Semitic thoughts.
Anti thoughts, like you know.
Yeah, I don't think Jimmy would support the writer's strike going on right now. I'll be honest.
He would be very anti-writer's strike. Why can't all these people just put the brains of schizophrenics in their head? They don't need to get paid.
Maybe consider getting killed by a train like I did, idiot.
Hey, Out of Jimmy's Head was honestly not a bad show. I actually really like that one. You know.
No, it's okay. It's fine. You could. I saw one episode. I cannot remember if I was enjoying the episode or not.
You were, motherfucker. And you know what? All these nerds that bitched about the show, they're the reason why Cartoon Network didn't take any risk for a while. Why they did CN Real. So Out of Jimmy haters. No,
wait, that can't be right. No, wait a second. No, you have it backwards.
Created CN Real.
You heard it here, Pie Guy Rules. He's calling you out on your 11-year-old Cartoon Network rant.
Fuck Pie Guy Rules. I will kick your ass.
Yeah, fuck Pie Guy Rules. I haven't seen any of his videos, but I don't like the thumbnails. Yeah. With his fucking floating head. Who does he think he is?
Yeah, and what's with the Z at the end of Rules? It's like, why don't you grow up, buddy? Okay.
You think you're too good to have a body and crossed arms, motherfucker? Nah, dude. Fuck you, dude. Oh, is this drawing bodies too hard, Pie Guy? Is that it? Yeah, that's what I thought. Bitch. Yeah.
You're never gonna make a web pilot with that kind of attitude, man.
Exactly. Guy, look, okay, this is going back to the olden days. Don't make pilots. Just make animated shorts. Just keep doing that. Just do that. All those guys that drew the fucking like Mario versus Sonic like pixel animations, they're working at like fucking Cartoon Network now.
Yeah, I mean the fucking creators of Dick Figures made the Mario movie, you know?
Yeah, that's crazy. That's insane. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, it was.
I love the Dick Figures.
They're very
Dick Figures are great.
Oh yeah.
I hated that I liked the Mario movie. I thought it confirmed that my mind was poisoned.
You know, the 93 Mario movie is a little better, but I like both of them.
93 Mario
I was going to make Yeah, I love that movie. I lost my virginity while that movie was playing in the background. So I kind of have like a special connection to that movie. almost spiritual connection, if you will.
At what part did you not?
Man. Okay, so it might have been during like the when they de-evolved Bowser and he's like in the little container thing and he's like a animatronic dinosaur for a split second. I'm pretty sure it was that, or when the king who was like turned into like a bunch of fungus was defungusified,
Did that give you a boner or something?
No, I already had a boner before. No, my girlfriend at the time gave me a boner.
I think it was the woman he was having sex with that gave him the boner.
Yeah, that was just playing in the background because you need an excuse to when you're young like that. You need an excuse to like be together with a girl.
It's like when you are watching Breaking Bad clips on TikTok and there's like Subway Surfers in the background. You got to have something in the background for like for the ADHD.
That'd be a funny picture of like your balls deep in a girl but he just has his phone out. He's playing Subway Surfer and like damn this pussy boring as fuck. Playing Subway.
I mean, I don't know. Turns you on more vagina or the fungus from Super Mario Bros.
Probably. I'm gonna take a hard stance and say vagina.
Dude, you can't say that. I'm gonna cancel you, bro.
Yeah,
I'll fucking kill you.
Yeah, make sure to censor that.
Yeah, I'll censor the word vagina. I'll censor all the awful things we say about Mr. Enter. Actually, we haven't been saying. All we've been doing is complimenting him. Actually, if you think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mr. Enter should be president.
I think he should run for president.
That might. I don't know. That might take too much time away from the growing around pilot, and I wouldn't want that.
But he could devote all the taxpayer dollars to growing around instead of nuclear hellfire missiles.
I think Elon Musk should fund the growing around pilot. I think that should be the next. I think that would fix his image a lot.
Yeah, Elon Musk is growing around.
Elon Musk supports disabled artists and makes a cartoon. Yeah, boom, there you go. What a hero.
Yeah,
Mr. Enter should run Twitter.
Why should he run Twitter?
So people could hear like his rants on like the 1980s like Pound Puppies cartoon.
There should be I kind of like this idea of like a not calling Mr. Enter a dictator because he's the opposite of that. He's more like a benevolent god, but But imagine if it was like in North Korea, they had like their version of Twitter, and it's exactly the same. The only difference is that every time Kim Jong Un tweets, like everyone sees it, like their phone instantly like gets notified of his tweets.
Kim Jong Un is the kind of guy who ats everyone in the Discord server every time he has something to say.
Yeah. He'll tweet shit like, "Damn, that Mario movie was pretty good. Sorry that you guys won't be able to see it though, but trust me, pretty good stuff."
God. That fucking reminds me of like this video I saw of like there's like this lady who like makes a career off of basically like being a North Korea defector, and she'll make up stories where she's like fucking well, in North Korea, you see, we don't have food to feed our children, so we just feed them mud and they die, but it's either we either feed them the mud or they don't get to eat. It's like,
you think that's funny?
You know,
are you laughing?
You
think it's funny?
I think it's funny to imagine just a child just eating mud and then just immediately exploding. Just turning into dust. It's just fucked up. I'm honestly crying right now about how bad it is in North Korea. Like, I'm genuinely sobbing.
Episode.
Damn, it's crazy. It's crazy that they got. At least they have mud to eat. Some people don't even have that.
Some people don't even have mud in the ground. Some people live in a fucking Minecraft void.
Some people just have dirt. They can't afford the water to mix into the dirt to make them.
Just use your tears to cry into the dirt, idiot.
You think she tells like one of her stories that North Korean children will not be allowed to go see like the Super Mario Bros. Movie?
That sounds like. That sounds like early conservative indoctrination. It's like, kids in North Korea, they don't get to see the Super Mario Bros. Movie. They actually, no, all they're forced to watch is boring black and white movies. And they don't have the MCU there. They're not allowed any MCU movies at all.
They can only watch Barney.
They can only watch Barney. That's so sad.
They can only watch the state-approved the Barney episodes, and there's only 2 of them.
And they have to eat broccoli. There's no candy in North Korea.
Damn.
They have to eat broccoli, and they have to do their homework every day.
Say to children. Just like if you don't shape up, you got a C on your report card. If you get another one, I'm sending you straight to North Korea.
Yeah,
that's awful.
They have to play dodgeball every day.
I fucking love dodgeball in school.
Yeah.
And in North Korea, they make you dance with girls, even though you don't want to.
They give you cuties, bro.
They give you cuties there, yeah, exactly. Oh man,
I love 2000s cartoons of how much they propagate, how much anti-vegetable propaganda is in those.
Yeah. I always wondered why there was always so much like shit talking to broccoli, because I like broccoli. Broccoli is hella good.
Yeah, like broccoli, even as a kid, I really liked broccoli. I was like, why do people eat broccoli so much?
You guys are just like propaganda tools.
By enjoying broccoli instead of not liking
it? You fall for the propaganda if you hate broccoli. That's the problem. You're an NPC.
Yeah, you've got your fucking NPC chip put in that said hate broccoli.
What's that?
Listen, motherfucker, I was in the Kids Next Door. I have over 3,000 kills.
Oh, God. Jesus Christ.
Babies love broccoli and rainbow monkeys doesn't mean you have to take it out on the
I'm quite the broccoli cell, honestly.
I'm a broccoli Chad. You could be a broccoli cell. I'm a broccoli Chad.
You're a Brock Stubbs.
I'm a Brock bro.
Yeah.
Man, I've been watching a lot of Craig of the Creek, and boy, is he in that creek.
Oh, he's in there, bro.
He's in there.
Get out of the creek.
Craig of the Creek is pretty funny because it was like created by 2 like white guys, and you can kind of tell because their main character is black, but the majority of his friends are like white people. And they did eventually do an episode where all the black kids in the creek hang out, but they don't say that. They don't say that it's all the black kids, because it's not technically all the black kids, but it's a handful of them.
It's the episode called the Black Episode.
The Black Episode.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty great. Pretty wonderful.
Do white kids ever tell Craig, like, you a real G, Craig?
No. And thank God. These are like, luckily Craig has only met like white kids who don't have racist parents, so it's he's been pretty lucky. It's like that. Oh, he's like that Key and Peele skit where the black guy starts working at the office and he realizes that black people have like psychic telepathic powers where they can communicate with all black people on the planet. But he grew up like around white people that he's never learned of these powers up until now.
Look, you guys should stop criticizing Craig of the Creek because that show is post-racial. I'm sorry you guys want a race war in every episode, but you guys really like sit down, relax, and enjoy the show. It's not meant to be a deep dive into racial politics.
I mean, you clearly haven't seen the episode where they like just brutally beat a mixed race kid. Like, it's actually fucked up. Like, they just beat his eyeballs out and they fucking drown him. He doesn't come back either.
You ever seen that episode where they find that someone spray painted a slur in the creek?
Damn.
Yeah.
That's real life. I can't wait for the episode where they find like wood porn, like
just forest porn.
Yeah, forest porn. You guys ever found forest porn? Because I've had, like, in real life.
What the fuck is
You know forest porn?
I mean, I've heard of it. I know it was something people actually did.
It's a classic. But
is that like when a redneck like uses a knife to like carve out something?
No. It's like just like when you find a random porn magazine in the woods or like in a canyon. I don't know what kind of area you guys live in, but it's mostly just canyons where I live, filled with trees and whatnot. And sometimes you just find random like porn magazines.
Oh, cool. Do you like touch it?
Do I what?
Do you touch it and feel the like the sticky papers?
Yeah, if you want. I actually did find the Motherload of it one time. Because I was walking around in the canyon and under a bunch of like ice plants, there was like a red thing or something, like a red piece of cloth, and I'm like, what is that? So I poked the stick under it and I kind of like seesawed it out, and it was a big red backpack, and I'm like, huh. And I opened the front, and there was like a pair of scissors and a quarter, and I'm like, oh well, I'm keeping this quarter. And but then in the rest of the bag, there was just nothing but porn magazines, just a shitload of porn magazines, and it's crazy. Yeah.
I was gonna say, can we go back where you called it the Motherload?
It was the Motherload of porn.
We shouldn't call porn the Motherload.
Oh, we got the Motherload.
The Motherload of porn. I don't know what the deal is.
The Motherload is when a MILF with a huge penis shoots out like a huge blast of cum. That's the Motherload.
Like sort of a pressurized water blast that like cuts through diamonds.
Yeah. Spo knows about that.
Yeah, I see Motherload art a lot. It's fucked up.
Big Motherloader.
When is Nintendo going to release the next Motherload 3?
I've been emailing Reggie every single day, but he's just blocking.
Just in the fucking all the email says, when's Motherload 3? Motherload, that's a pretty good like porn parody name, but
I don't think you. I don't think
I'm not gonna do it. No, I'm not gonna do that because it's a bunch of kids.
Maybe we should go back to Craig of the Third Reich.
Craig of the Third Reich. It's an alternate universe where the Nazis were black,
but
instead of Germanic.
But yeah, I think the idea of them finding forest porn, that's a good like Robot Chicken bit,
That would be a good Robot Chicken. God, I want to work in the Robot Chicken writer's room so bad. Oh my God, that's my dream job.
Total drama, cannibal holocaust.
There it is. It writes
itself. I've been that's kind of why I've been writing. I've been drawing all these like comics where it's like of like just kind of like pre-existing characters dying, and I just mail them to Seth Green just in his official mailbox. And like, look, I could look. They gave a death sentence to Gex the Gecko. Can I get on? Can I get on, please?
Here's Alf being executed by a firing squad. Come on, there's a joke there.
Yeah, exactly.
Look, here's the Time Warp Trio being killed by the Terminator.
There it is.
There it is.
Seth Green was born in the 70s, so he's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, who the fuck are these 2000s?
Well, clearly you're not up to date to Robot Chicken, to the current Robot Chicken season, because they talk about like current things. Like they parodied so much like 80s shit that it's like, okay, now we moved to the 90s and early 2000. It's like we got into that point.
I saw the Brace Face parody, so yeah, they are kicking it to 2000s.
Yeah, exactly. They did a Peppa Pig one. They're all bad. They're all awful. But
I think the last one I watched was the Homestar Runner one. I was like, damn, I'm surprised they did Homestar Runner. And that was like the last like one. I was like, oh, that's fairly current. It's not from 40 years ago.
Yeah.
You think they'll do a Smosh parody soon with Ian and Anthony?
That'd be awesome. They should. They did iCarly before.
It'd kind of be like, the Star Wars ones where it's all themed around Star Wars, but instead it's all themed around Smosh, and they're kind of in the room. All the iconic shut-up cartoons characters.
Smosh has a bigger lore than Star Wars.
Yeah,
I've seen their wiki.
I've edited their wiki before. I'm fully aware.
Thanks, bro.
Thanks for thank you. It's a shame that what was the fuck? It's a shame that they never did the Family Guy prequel series for Star Wars. Peter left it at a cliffhanger saying like, I think the Cleveland show is going to do the prequels, but they never did it because they got canceled.
That's unfortunate.
What the fuck, Seth?
Like, come on, Disney owns both of those now. They could make Blue Harvest 2 easy.
They could. They could. Yeah. What the fuck? This is some bullshit.
Who'd you cast as Rey in Blue Harvest 2? From the Family Guy cast.
Damn, who's available? Fuck. Because you still need... Okay, so Princess Leia is still alive, so you still need Lois.
So Peter is Han Solo.
Yeah, Peter... Okay, so Peter dies in the first one. Maybe you could do Meg as Rey? You could probably do Meg, because she always just gets bit parts, so... it could be her time to shine, and the whole angle could be like, oh, you know how everyone in the fandom hates her, you know, everyone in the family hates her. Boom, there you go.
You could have Cleveland Jr. as Finn.
That's great.
Oh yeah, Cleveland Jr. as Finn could work. Actually,
and look, just to clarify, I'm not saying that because they're both black. I just want to clarify that.
I am.
I just
yeah.
Come on, guys. No,
they did more. They did more as a Lando.
We can't.
They made more like black, and he was Lando.
Yeah. What I mean, what other
right there?
What other opportunity? What other thing would you want to do? Would you want to put a white character in blackface? Then
the POC character was turned into a droid, into a robot.
That's so fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, Seth. What the heck, Seth?
What the fuck, Seth?
This guy.
Yeah. All these Seths, they wouldn't know talent if it bit them on the fucking ass. All right, they keep rejecting my mail. I'm trying to get into the Family Guy's writer room. I really feel like I could change it up. That's really what all my little mini comics have been about. It's just me training for eventually joining the Family Guy and Robot Chicken writer room. But
I went to the Family Guy studio one day in full Brian Griffin cosplay. My body painted completely white, collar only on, and they kicked me out. I don't know why.
Oh my god, that's really fucking awesome. You walk in like fully naked in a body paint. You're like, yo, whose leg do I gotta hump for a dry martini, right?
And all I did was get pepper sprayed.
Excuse me, sir. You're gonna have to leave. Sir, you're gonna. Sir, you can't. Sir, you can't go in there. Sir, that's Seth MacFarlane's office. You can't go in there.
Wait, hold on.
Seth, I have a new idea.
Really funny joke.
Wait, Seth. Wait, I got an idea for a good Brian episode. Wait, Seth.
What if Brian dies again?
and we see him travel through, like, we do like a Dante's Inferno thing, a Divine Comedy with Brian Griffin. That sounds pretty good. That sounds almost real. Like, I can see them doing that.
They could probably do that episode,
and it can work because Brian's like a writer, so the guy who's guiding him through hell is just one of his favorite writer, and everyone he hates is like burning in hell.
Exactly.
Dante's Inferno was like the first incel like thing, right? It's like a guy writing fan fiction.
I think that's the meme. It's like the first fan fiction, and I guess that's technically true, right?
I mean, like, it is. I mean, it's good fan fiction, but it is like fan fiction.
Yeah, Dante like fell into hell, and he's like, "Oh, thank God, am I okay? Oh, okay, good. Thank God, my 8-inch long penis is still with me as I fell through hell. Can't forget that."
Oh, my favorite writer, Aristotle's here to suck my cock. Well, I mean, I won't say no, sir. Oh.
Dante's Inferno was the Chris Chan of his time.
True. Yeah. Yeah.
I love how you're calling him Dante Inferno. That was his name.
It's like Sans Undertale.
Disco Inferno.
Mm-hmm. Hey yo, Dante. That's not my name. Yeah, whatever, Dante.
To go with Dante Inferno over here. Is that the name of your OC, man?
That'd be a badass name, though.
Dante Inferno. We'll change last name to Inferno. It's like it'd be like the enemy to Steven Universe. You know what? Hot take. I liked Steven Universe Future, especially the episode where he's fucking mad at his dad for not giving him fucking familiar structure in his life.
Yeah.
That was fucking epic. That felt real to me.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. I was just like, hey, Dad, you just kind of lived in a car and just let 3 immortal women raise me. I think that's why I'm going to become a giant penis monster at the end of the season.
Yeah. So and that's why Rebecca, in my pitch for Steven Universe 2, it actually opens up with Ben 10 showing up. And Steven is evil, and he has like a gem cult, and Ben 10 turns into Diamond Head, and he punches Steven, and Steven turns around, and his face is cracked, and inside of him is actually the Lich from Adventure Time.
Oh,
you see where I'm going, Rebecca? Sugar, you see where I'm going, Rebecca?
Oh, dude, we could really. There's so much potential. You know, I've genuinely like seen like stuff like that where it's like an hour long like animated pilot with just a bunch of that kind of crossover stuff, and it's like,
yeah, that's kind of like what a parody.
Like, I know, like, it's just genuinely insane that people go to that and like, God, this is actually like, this isn't even like bad. It's actually decent.
Shout out to the see. That's what you're supposed to do instead of making fucking pilots. Just do that, and then you get hired.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's the strategy. That's the strat right there.
That guy went on to create OKKO.
I'm sorry, Sam. What were we saying?
Yeah, I have a confession. I have never actually seen an episode of Steven Universe.
God, boo,
crazy,
boo.
Yeah, I'm straight.
Oh wow.
Imagine being straight in 2020.
Well, if it makes it feel any better, Steven's pretty straight too, and then the show.
Yeah,
I mean, I've listened to the creators talk on the Talking Simpsons podcast. They seem like cool people, so maybe I'll check it out one day. But yeah, I just never got into Steven Universe.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair.
No, it's okay. A lot of people have it, but that's just kind of that sucks for them, not for me though. The true Steven head, as we call ourselves. Yeah, we were there. The original people who wanted to fuck Pearl. There we are.
They're at ground zero.
Ground zero. The original Pearl fuckers.
Well, the original Pearl fuckers were the guys who wanted to fuck the whale.
Oh yeah, from the iconic SpongeBob whale.
Oh yeah, you're right. I was thinking like whale, like from fucking Flapjack, but no, there's other whales. Totally forgot.
Listen, who wouldn't want to fuck the whale for Flapjack? Like, that's just common sense. Come on now.
Yeah.
Right. True.
Okay, so one time I was at like my state's capital on like a field trip. This was like when I was like 9. And I watched a lot of Flapjack as a kid, and that Candy Island was like really fascinating to me. Or that I think there was an episode where like the house was made out of candy. So at the state capitol, the wall kind of looked like candy. So I licked the wall at the state.
Oh my god, like that Snozberry scene in the Willy Wonka movie.
Oh yeah, that amazing scene.
It was good representation for all the wall lickers out there.
The wall licker sounds like a slur you'd call like a disabled person. Yeah, he's a real wall licker, that one.
I would never call a disabled person a wall licker. Only distinguished people eat hard wall lickers. You know, there's the wall licking kids and there's the glue eating kids. You know what I mean?
Right. There's like
Oh, and speaking of glue licking kids, someone
Julian, are you a wall licker or a glue eater?
Neither. I'm more of a what's that thing that people do with the pudding cups where they like run bread through it?
You run bread on walls is what you're trying to say?
Like you dip bread in pudding cups? Like
not in the pudding, but like you want to clean the walls of the pudding cup after you've gotten all the pudding. And I don't know why, but people, when I was a kid, would say, that's gross, that's weird, why would you do that?
I get you. I've never thought of that. That's some advanced tech. I've never.
You ever like strip yourself naked, just completely naked, alone in your home, and just press your naked body against the wall?
Oh God, no! I would never do that.
Just to feel the coldness of the house, like through you, kind of like you feel the house, like you feel the house's soul almost.
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. It's just like that movie Monster House when it shows the husband fucking his housewife by pressing his naked body. He comes in her pipes.
A lot of the walls here
shoots a load at her.
Haphazardly spackled. So if you put your naked body on one of these walls, you would get pierced like in 3 dozen different ways.
Damn.
Do you think Monster House gave like kids like a vor fetish?
I don't think so.
Nah, that movie genuinely scared me as a kid.
I was like, damn, I'm gonna stay away from houses, and it worked because no like young person owns a fucking house now.
Thanks, Dan Harmon.
Thanks, Dan. You fuck.
Nice going, Spielberg.
Wait, Dan Harmon made Monster House?
He wrote it, right? Yeah, he wrote it. Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah,
Oh.
I always thought it was weird that scene where where the house like urinates on them, but now Dan Harmon wrote it. It's like that makes sense.
Yeah, that does make sense.
I think Rob Schraub also did some work for it.
Rob Schraub. That name sounds so familiar.
Yeah, no,
he's a friend of Dan Harmon. He did Scud the disposable assassin.
It wasn't also like Harmontown and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
You know who else was in that movie? Celebrity superstar, top selling musician, Mitchell Musso. He did the voice of the main character.
Whoa.
What? That's not
Yeah,
it.
Mitchell Musso.
That's
the greatest artist of our generation.
You are pulling my balls right now. That cannot be true.
Are you not a moose head?
Not a moose head. I'm several different kinds of heads, but I'm not a moose head. I'll tell you that much.
Hey, Mitchell Musso is literally my favorite musician.
Holy shit! It is Mitchell Musso. Oh my god, you're crazy.
Didn't he like go to jail or something?
Yeah, they framed Mitchell Musso.
Why did they frame him? Who did he piss off?
His music's too good.
They fucking framed the main lead for the show Prank Stars. Oh my god.
Yeah, dude.
Damn, that's a shame. They should just let him keep like acting and stuff anyway.
Yeah, honestly, that
I can't believe it. Oh, sorry.
That hammer with brain matter on it was just planted on him, and we all know it.
Yeah, sometimes sometimes hammers just randomly get a little bit of brain matter on them. It's just nature.
I can't believe Mitchell Musso was like on the January 6th riots.
Oh no!
That one sounds almost true.
But
I believe it.
That'd be pretty cool, honestly.
Mitchell Musso was on Tucker Carlson.
Nah, okay, that one.
Tucker Carlson is like a pair of kings. That doesn't make any sense. There
will only be one king. The left wants us to think that two kings could rule at the same time. How am I supposed to explain that to my child? Big fan of royalty, by the way.
Big fan of the royals. Not so sure about two of them.
The only queen is Beyonce, and the king, Jay-Z, the one above us all.
I love Jay-Z.
I would love to see Tucker Carlson go in that direction now that
I would love to see
controllers
Tucker Carlson become a member of the Bay Hive.
I want Tucker Carlson to give notes on hip hop news. I think that should be the next direction. That would destroy.
He joins the Breakfast Club.
That'd be awesome. Yes. Oh, they should get him on. Oh, that's so cool. Hell yeah, I would die for that. I really want that to be. Yeah, he starts redeeming his. Has that ever happened where like a white celebrity has just fully gone black? I guess maybe. That shit Miley Cyrus was doing for a minute, but
just fully became black.
Ryan's World,
which is kind of
like Ryan's World. No one talks about when he was on Breakfast Club.
Vanilla Ice.
What's his name?
Vanilla Ice was always like trying to like emulate.
I think what was it? Jim Carrey got his career started by being the token white guy.
He was on In Living Color.
Yeah, exactly. He was them blacks, they love their goofy white guys.
Yeah.
So important.
Very important. Goofy white guy. God, what was I gonna look up? Now we're on the topic of Bobby Caldwell. I think I'm pronouncing that right.
Bobby?
He's an artist. Caldwell, yeah. Bobby Caldwell. You guys heard about this guy? He did the song What You Won't Do for Love.
No.
What you won't do for love. Ain't got anything but enough you know. Now that song?
Oh yeah.
I might have heard it, but I don't know if I know by its lyrics.
It's like 1978. Anyway, interesting fact about that song. If you didn't know who Bobby Caldwell was, you would have. A lot of people, and this was like a lot of people thought the artist was a black guy because it sounded kind of like soul music at the time, and everyone assumed, oh, this must be a black guy. But then they met the artist, like, oh, this is like a white guy, right? And I think the record company who was putting out his stuff was kind of like, yeah, most of our audience are like black people. We don't know how well they're gonna like take, enjoying the music of a white guy. So what they did was that for the album cover, they put him sitting on a bench, but they make it silhouette so you can't tell that it's a white guy. Right? And it, not gonna lie, I didn't even know he was. I didn't even know he was white. I just thought, like, I was listening to. I just thought he was a black guy, but then I saw that TikTok, and you know what? Everyone, when people first saw him like on tour, they were also like kind of like flabbergasted that he was a white guy. But here's the fucking album cover.
Damn.
Yep, they
So
hid that
awful.
shit.
So awful. There's so much
No,
racism in this world. They're so sort of white soul
That's
singers.
white.
I have a similar element of dissonance whenever I hear Brittany Howard from Alabama Shakes. Like, is she black? I can't tell.
Is she like white? Is she white too?
Does she sound?
I thought
white?
we were here
It's
to talk
very
about
important.
cartoons, not this racial tensions of the
Dude, we love stoking the racial fires that divide this country.
You remember when Roseanne got fucking just lost her fucking job? She called that lady a monkey.
She called a woman a monkey.
And I saw a picture of her, and I'm not defending Roseanne, but if someone told me that lady was white, I would believe it. But if someone told me she was black, I would also believe it.
Didn't like Roseanne think she was like Italian or something?
Yeah, her famous quote is like, "I thought that bitch was white." Is her iconic quote on the situation. She's back now, in a new comedy special showing the woke mob cancel this as she flips off the camera.
That's so cool.
Well, that's so.
That's the best she can do.
I don't know. She made
Was Roseanne the one who played the gorilla in Tarzan?
No, that was Rosie O'Donnell.
Oh, I keep forgetting those are different people.
Yeah.
No, Rosie O'Donnell is very liberal, incredibly liberal woman. Yeah.
Very not racist.
She hosted Kids' Choice Awards for like 10 years.
Mm-hmm. She also did play she played Betty in the live action Flintstones movie.
Oh yeah, those films are key now.
Yeah.
Yeah, the first one, not the second.
Viva
Rock Vegas.
I forgot there was a second one.
Not a big fan of Viva Rock Vegas. Hot take.
Gotta be honest, kind of a bad movie.
Kind of a bad movie.
What are you gonna do? Cancel me? Come on, woke mob, cancel me.
I don't fuck with Viva Rock Vegas. Fuck that trash. I don't care what any liberal says.
Yeah, Gazoo in that movie definitely looks like he believes in the woke mind virus.
Yeah, that's what happens to you when you have the woke mind virus. You look like the great Gazoo. Damn, that's Alan Cummings, one of the greatest actors of our generation. He also played he has a thing for doing the Doug Jones thing where he's always covered in a lot of prosthetics when he's acting. He played what's his name? He played the bad guy in the first Spy Kids movie. What's his name? Fred Goops.
Like one of the thumb.
He plays he plays the main on that like Pee-wee kind of Playhouse show that they watch.
Yeah.
Fegan.
The Fleegans, yeah.
Fleegan Floop is his name. Yeah.
Wait. I thought Alan Cummings played like the anti-hero of the first Spy Kids.
Well, okay, he was kind of like the red herring. They thought he was like behind. They thought like, oh, he must be behind the evil scheme, but he was just kind of like, he didn't know that evil genetic horrors were happening under his secret island base.
Yeah.
So why don't you apologize to the audience for explaining like
okay, well, first of all, I'm not sure how much of the audience is fully aware of the storyline of Spy Kids, so if you
can't recite the lyrics to Dream My Dream, then you no longer qualify for the conversation.
Okay, well, first of all, Dream My Dream is from Shark Boy and Lava Girl. Different.
No. The guy you're talking about has a song that he sings in like the middle of the movie where he talks about his artistic endeavors and desires.
Damn, I haven't seen that fucking movie in a long time. I can't even remember that. He also played Nightcrawler in that in the second X-Men movie. Classic character.
Yeah. Nightcrawler's cool. I like Nightcrawler.
He also played Loki in Son of the Mask.
Oh, awesome.
I don't think I saw that.
Why wasn't that Loki in the Disney Plus show?
Yeah, that's what it should have been about. is that they look kind of similar, actually. I'm looking at a
Yeah, he
photo.
just kind of look like Tom Hiddleston.
Yeah, he kind of looks like that. Alan Cumming has like that face that like only like 3 other guys might have.
This silly little man face.
Yeah, he has a silly little man face. He kind of looks like Paul Rubin a little.
He was in Josie and the Pussycats, the live action movie, which
he was the manager, right? In that movie.
Yeah.
Here's him going full Loki.
Oh yeah, that goes so hard. I loved it when he fucking threw that evil orb at the baby.
Yeah. Fuck that baby.
Take this, baby, my evil orb.
My evil orb. You think your husband can come into a woman with my mask on? Well, think again.
Yeah, that movie's fucked up. That movie's that movie's a fucked up movie. A fucked up little evil movie.
Is that Alan Cumming as the Great Gazoo?
Yeah, that is Alan Cumming as the Great Gazoo.
Okay, I'm going to print this picture out for later.
You're gonna do a cum tribute.
Put this
You're
on
gonna
your
send
desk
it to
at work.
Alan Cumming. Actually, you know what? I think he was supposed to leave at this time, so that wasn't.
I was about to say, oh no,
that wasn't crazy abrupt.
that's a good, that's a good way to.
Oh wait, there he is. Oh, now he's back.
Sorry, my internet.
Are you done gagooning?
Yeah, I just gagooned all over the place.
I'm gagooning, dum dum. So he'd be the Great Gagoon. He comes down in his spaceship. He makes Fred very horny, and he starts having sex with everybody. That's my Fred Flintstones porn parody. Fred fucked Stones is his name.
Critics say, "Yabba dabba, do it to this one."
The Great Gagoon. He fucking puts an evil spell on Fred, and he makes him makes him cheat on his wife. He has to. He makes
him an a horny, ugly bastard caveman who goes around just coming in on all the cave woman snatches. He cannot be stopped.
Fred, and then he does it in the dinosaurs.
Oh, this pussy's not enough. I need to fuck the dinosaur.
It's 11.
It's 11. Well, he's fucking the trash compactor hog.
Oh my god. Fred fucks can't be stopped.
Yeah. Where are you at, Wood Rocket? I know you want to do this.
Wood Rocket, I'm available. I know there's a writer's strike. I'll be a scab.
I'll step over the picket line.
Step over the picket line just to write my Flintstones porn parody. Oh god.
That episode of the Flintstones Jetsons crossover where the Jetsons visit the Flintstones and like exploit them, but eventually like the cavemen all just like eat the Jetsons. That was a good episode with like.
That is pretty good.
Yeah.
I had nothing else in that bit. I really thought I had it like complex.
You just like the idea that those two characters met and you just had to explain it. We understand.
No, I was trying to do a Cannibal Holocaust thing, but I forgot what happened in that movie.
Well, the cannibals, they eat them. That movie's pretty good because like I love the ending part of the movie where the guy looks off into the distance and says like, I wonder who the real cannibals were. After he just saw a footage of cannibals eating people, and he's like, I wonder who the real cannibals are in this situation.
Maybe the real cannibals was society.
That's pretty deep.
The real cannibals were the friends we made along the way.
The friends we ate along the way.
The friends we ate along the way. Yes, perfect. Damn, I'm out of funny Alan Cumming pictures. I'm dry. All this Alan Cumming has made me dry.
Alan came too hard.
Alan came too hard. Man, they put Alan petition to put Alan Cumming in the MCU. He could be they're doing alternate timelines. He could be a variant of Loki again, and just pops up with like, "Hey, I'm Loki."
They do seem very dedicated to the whole variant thing because they're not letting that Kang thing go.
You know what bothered me, because like with this whole introduction of like now all the fucking superhero movies are doing alternate universes. I wish they really actually took advantage of that. And what I mean is just get like directors to make movies that have no connection at all to the other movies, and just be like, "Oh, hey guys, this is just an Elseworld story. This is a what if story, haha." Because I really just want the fucking Quentin Tarantino Luke Cage movie. Because apparently he wrote a script for it, but I don't know if there's any way to read it. But I want that to exist because I know it's gonna be crazy. I know he's gonna like make Daredevil say the N-word or something. It's gonna be great.
Jessica Jones eat.
Daredevil says the N-word, and then Luke Cage is like, how you know I'm black?
It's like, I just say that to everyone.
It's just what I say. It's just what I say, Luke.
How does Daredevil know when to stop wiping?
Oh, he has a bidet.
Yeah.
He
just doesn't wipe.
Simp, you fool. You absolute fucking fool. He has echolocation. So he uses the vibrations of the toilet bowl to know how much poop his butt still has. Simp, you idiot.
He's using his fucking bat vision to see the shit particles in his ass.
Yeah.
Do you think these were the conversations Stan Lee and Jack Kirby had?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Jack Kirby did have to punch Stan Lee in the mouth for not accounting for the shit particles.
Oh, man.
The Kirby dots.
The Kirby crackle.
Exactly.
The Kirby crackle.
He called that particular variant his Kirby Krusty.
That's when you don't wipe for a while. It gets all hard.
That's what's up. This is great. This is a good bit.
I'm having fun here. I think in a couple of months they're gonna drop. There's gonna be a biography called "I Am Stan," and it's like a biography for Stan Lee, and it's written by Tom Scioli, who I've mentioned a lot on this podcast before. I'm a big fan of his stuff. He also did a biography for Jack Kirby, which was really good, and he's doing one for Stan Lee. And the little previews I've seen, he doesn't shy away from all the fucked up shit Stan Lee did. Like, he will have that in this like biography, which is amazing, because there's like a whole scene where Stan's in his office and this artist like comes up to him and says like, "Hey, can I like get back all the art that I did, like from all the comics I worked on?" And Stan's like, "Oh, sure you can." And then he grabs the art and then he gets a Sharpie and just draws a huge X on every page, and then gives it to him. And that's fucking insane. Yeah,
I don't know because we're such a cutthroat business.
Yeah, Stanley was a real son of a bitch. That one. It kind of justifies the elder abuse he later got in life.
Yeah, you know, when you read up about him, it's like, you know, maybe he deserved to have his blood sold on eBay.
You know what? It's fine. It's fine, true believers. As long as you're still buying Marvel comics, he'll live on in your soul.
It wasn't as bad as Bob Kane. That's what.
Bob Kane is a monster.
What did he do?
What did he do?
Bob.
Well, he said he created Batman.
Oh, yeah, right. He was the one who stole the idea for Batman, right?
By stealing, he made sure that the guy who came up with all the good ideas was never brought up ever again. And it wasn't until recently that they finally now that when they say, "Oh, Batman created by Bob Kane," and now they add the other guy in there too, right? Bill Fingers, who came up with all the actual good ideas for Batman, right?
Yeah.
There's this pretty good story with Bob Kane about how he was talking to another comics pro, and he was saying that he's gonna get out of the comic business soon because he's got other ventures that make way more money, and he's all like, what are you talking about? And then he took him into a room just filled with clown paintings, and he's all like, "I painted all these and I'm gonna make a fortune off of them." And he's like, okay. And then later he finds out that he didn't even fucking paint those paintings. He later got there was a guy that was trying to sue him because he painted all those paintings, and he didn't get no credit for it. That's the kind of bastard this guy is.
That's great.
Such an ass.
Yeah, man. The world of comics is filled with awful people.
Well, hey guys, it's been fun talking to you guys. I gotta go meet my grandparents at a restaurant right now.
All right. Well,
Nice.
tell them I said hi.
Yeah, I'll talk to them about Mr. Inner and see what the week's on growing around.
Yeah. Then we'll come back. We'll get a follow up with your grandparents, and
Yeah, totally.
we want their Mr. Inner opinions.
we really gotta link us up to Mr. Enter so we can get him on the pod, you know.
Oh, true.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
gonna be the holy grail. Okay, yeah. So
Alright, see ya.
yeah, all right. It's nice having you on, Sim. Don't forget to drop your audio, the audio dump chat.
Oh, yeah, I'll dump it all over you, my friend.
Thank you.
All right, later, Chads.
Yeah.
Later. All right.
I wonder what he'll order.
Good. Now the wet blanket has left the podcast. We can talk about the real big boy stuff.
Yeah, the real hot button issues that are facing this country today.
Right, exactly. The real meat and potatoes of our nation. Okay, so what was I was gonna mention that as of recording this, so if anyone doesn't know, me and Spo were part of an anthology, a clown porn anthology, and we were running pre-orders. And today, as of recording this, which is a Friday, was supposed to be the last day, but actually I'm extending it. But I'm not announcing that till tomorrow because that's like my little sneaky move is to like always announce the extension the next day so people could like still jump in and get their copies. And this episode would be uploaded on Wednesday, and Wednesday is going to be the new deadline, maybe the new and last day to pre-order.
Yeah.
So if you want your copies of our anthology Clown Milk, you can still pre-order it off my NSFW account, which is a Creamy Pasta TC, or look at SuperSpoe's account because he's probably retweeted it. You'll see it there.
Totally.
Yeah, so that's been kind of a journey. Something kind of like interesting. I was talking to SuperSpoe about this in DMs. Is that like how the popularity of like clown porn and closely might be more overblown by the memes, you know?
Oh yeah,
You think so?
Yeah.
memes never reflect reality in any meaningful way.
Right, because every time I could think of like back when what was the name of that one clown girl everyone was drawing for a hot second?
Oh,
From Ace Attorney.
I don't know her name. I've just seen her around.
Yeah. So like even that you could pinpoint to a lot of other things that made that like a popular art meme. That's like, oh, the big titties. Oh, also because another popular artist brought it back. Oh, also because everyone knows the Ace Attorney games. There's all these like little other factors that go around it, and it seems like a lot of people do like, and you might call this a different category, but a lot of people do the big talk about like calling themselves like monster fuckers. But when you see about like what kind of like quote unquote monsters they're talking about fucking, they really don't look too different from humans. You get what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, you're really threading a line there between what is the difference between a monster fucker and a furry at the end of the day,
Yeah, true. I think furries are more with it. Like, fuck, even like the popular furry stuff has this kind of, there is kind of like a furry like default art style, which is usually like
because it's like if you want to like if you want to fuck a werewolf, right? Well, that kind of threads both needles because it's a monster and it's an intro like dog,
Yeah, exactly. The only difference between a furry and a werewolf is if you put like a baseball cap, a shirt, and shorts on the werewolf. It's like, oh, boom, there you go. There's your furry. Right. And it also kind of goes back, and something I kind of noticed, because I actually I uploaded actually the entirety of all the stories in the anthology like online, because really having it free to read doesn't really damper sales. Is something I noticed with all the other comics I've like done pre-orders of.
Yeah.
But basically, I noticed that SuperSpoe's comic is like the most popular because it looks like it get the most retweets and likes, right? And also, his has like the less amount of clowns in it. There's like only one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and like I'm not sure if there's okay. So in my head, I'm thinking like, okay, maybe it's because there is like less clowns in it, and there's more like just people. People are into that, like they're not too much into it when it gets too clowny.
You gotta have an audience surrogate.
Or option number 2, It might just be the fact that SuperSpoe is just twice as popular as me and Galacta. That could be the other option, you know?
Yeah.
Like how when you open up Shonen Jump, everyone zips to Naruto, but they don't read anything else in that particular copy.
Well, it's also kind of like I'm not really known for drawing like clown stuff usually, so
that's true.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't know. Mine does have a less clowns per page than the other two. That is true.
Right, and I'm wondering if that was the kind of like if that was easier to get people in, you know, if that's like the in for people than like the other ones. I mean, I'll even say like my comic, like I could have colored it better. I feel some of the pages are like kind of hard to read, and I think I am going to go back and like tweak it. I'm not going to completely redraw the whole thing. I'm just going to make.
I mean, you might as well just take what you've learned from that experience. Just, you know, if you ever do another comic.
So I'm gonna do another one. I'm gonna do another one, buddy. I don't know if I told you about the other. I had this other idea, and this might just be a solo comic. I'm probably not gonna like run Clown Milk 2 with this comic, maybe. But this other idea I had was about a clown girl who puts the balloons up her cooter, and then she pulls them out of their clown animal. They're like balloon animals. And I've been, yeah, thank you. I've been rough drafting that slowly though in the background because I got a bunch of other projects, and I finally got a real job. Sad news, everybody! I got a real job. So you know what that means. I can't continue the podcast. I got to end my art career online. It's all over.
Damn, he's back in the wagey cagey.
I'm back to being a wage cuck and no longer art Chad. A fucking starving artist Chad.
But hey, you know, nothing wrong with that.
No, I know. But yeah. I mean, we'll see. We'll see how things go. I do think by the end of the year I'm going to be way better off. I still got a bunch of other things coming down a bunch of other Alan coming down the pipe projects.
Hell yeah.
That was an awful ass pun, but yeah, I got other projects coming down, so that's gonna work itself out. Julian, how are you doing?
Oh, I'm just doing. This whole house hunting thing is kind of a drag. Everything else gets put on pause just so I can like buy a box to live in.
House hunting is insane. I hate doing it. I hate living in California. The only way to live here is you got to live with like 10 other people in one house. That's living here.
You know, it's just like Full House. You know,
it is like Full House, but you hate everybody.
It's like Full House, and they hate each other.
It's Full House.
Not to be the Martin Short to your Alan Cumming, but
you see fucking Uncle Joey coming there.
Going on.
You see Uncle Joey coming there with his stupid puppet. You just want to fucking clock him in the throat.
Dude, fuck Uncle Joey. Aren't all those guys? Didn't they all do like fuck shit behind the scenes? Apparently.
Did they? I know Bob Saget was like I think he mainly just like joked about it a lot.
I think Bob Saget doesn't he have like some sort of like secret allegation type shit? I know when I heard that someone said that, oh, BoJack Horseman is based on Bob Saget, I'm thinking, oh, that's not good. That's not a good thing at all.
Well, you know, he's burning in hell right now. It's fine.
It probably is in hell. What was that one fucking Gilbert Gottfried roast that he did about Bob Saget? I can't believe we're celebrating Bob Saget, the man that murdered and raped 2 women in 1982. Are we really celebrating Bob Saget, the man that murdered and raped 2 women?
That's such a good bit. Like, it's just like the fact, like, if anyone other than Gilbert Gottfried said that, wouldn't be funny. But since he just has a fucking wacky cartoon bird voice, him saying some guy raped and killed 2 women, it's like, oh, this is funny.
You know it's funny. You know, another funny thing is that the voice, like he that was just a voice he did. That's not even his actual voice, apparently. Yeah. Like he has like a normal guy voice, and he just does that. to ham it up, I guess.
Yeah, I guess it's like just an exaggerated version of his normal voice. Like, a lot of performers do that, even if they're not like voice actors.
Imagine if like Psychic Pebbles turned out to have like a normal voice.
I would genuinely be.
I would kill myself. I
would kill myself right in front of him.
No, that can't be true, no, man. It can't be fucking true. Oh. Or he finally gets like I know there's like a nose surgery because I think the thing he has, like, there is a surgery for it that can help you sound normal, but you don't necessarily. I don't think you need the surgery to live.
Yeah, and it's also like I feel like him having that voice. He's like a Gilbert Gottfried guy, where it's like he can just say anything regularly, but he has such a weird voice that it becomes funny. So it's like we got rid of it. You sound like a normal dude. It's just like, well, you kind of lost a lot of the humor in your delivery.
Smiling Friends canceled after he gets the surgery.
Smiling Friends canceled. Zach Hadel got punched in the nose really hard, and he sounds normal now.
You gotta fight with Michael Cusack. Punch him so hard it fixes his voice.
His voice kind of reminds me of like a more rustic Jonathan Katz.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay. How you doing? How you doing, Spo? What have you been up to?
I've been up to mostly just getting things together because like Mother's Day and all that. We gotta get some stuff there.
Oh wow, yeah. American Mother's Day is happening. I had to go through Mexican Mother's Day.
When is Mexican Mother's Day? I
think it is Wednesday. It was this past Wednesday, I think.
Oh damn.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. Just got the typical flowers. I bought my mom and my aunt like scented candles.
That's cool.
Yeah, women love scented candles. Tip for all the men out there.
Oh yeah, they can't get enough of the scented candles. Yeah. Every time I go over there with one of my friends, she's like in the scented. When I'm like at the mall with my friend, she's in that scented candle store for like 4 hours. It's like, man,
they fucking love smells, good smells. So if you smell good, girls would tend to like you.
Pour hot candle wax on you. Make yourself a nice candle wax armor like Mr. 3 from One Piece, and the women will be all over you.
Yes, perfect.
I know I was going to forget Mother's Day, so like last month I bought my mother a set of scented oils for a oil disseminating thing that she has. It like makes the house smell good.
I wonder there's like a service you could pay for that would just give your mom a gift for you so you don't have to remember. That'd probably be a pretty decent service, especially if you tend to forget like dates of like birthdays and whatnot.
I guess you could, but I feel like it'd be kind of like, oh, you forgot my thing, so we just had the service do it. Wow.
It is kind of like fucked up. Yeah. It is kind of fucked up, but here's my thing: you got to play the long game with that, because if you have it already implemented and a new generation grows up with already that thing existing, it's going to seem normal.
That is true.
Right. Exactly.
Convince everyone in your family to make Amazon wish lists and then share the wish list with you.
That's helpful.
Let them forget.
Yeah, the fucking one of the big brain moves that like only fangirls and cab models came up with is having the wish list be public and then other people could see it. That was such a big brain move.
Yeah.
So tell your mother to make a wish list, and I'll get her stuff.
Yeah, just be like, I'll just show me your Amazon wish list. Oh, you don't know what that is? Come on now, Mom.
I used to, one of my former partners, she her family would just share each other's like Amazon wish list before Christmas for stuff that they wanted. Which is
like the way to go. I mean, it's like if you're gonna like it is always weird when it's like, oh, I want you to surprise me for Christmas, and it's like, well, what if I get you something you don't want?
Damn, Spo, you're fucking. It's crazy because that's the opposite with me. The majority of everyone I know doesn't really like surprises or ask for them, but I love giving people surprises, especially if I'm fully confident what I got them is something they're gonna like.
Yeah.
I'm very like particular about it. Like there's a couple of stuff like, oh man, there's a couple of ideas I have in mind that are like perfect gifts, but like, it's all about surprising people. It also kind of shows you how like, kind of show off like, this is how good I know you. This is how fully aware I am of you.
Yeah, I guess like a big reason why that didn't really work with me is because for me it's like this, like I would be like, oh, here's a gift I really like for my friend. I'll definitely get this for them. But then I get it for them, and they like the next day they're like, oh, hey, check out this thing I pre-ordered. And it was the gift that I got for them. It's like, oh, great. Well, you're getting two
what
of
the
them now.
fuck? Well, what the fuck? Damn.
Yeah, like
never happened to me though.
I just have been unlucky and have friends who are very bad impulse spenders. If there's anything that looks somewhat similar to their interests, they're like, oh, I gotta buy that immediately.
See, my go-to, one of my favorite kind of gifts to give to people is to take them out to dinner or restaurants, because I feel like you're giving them a little bit more of experience. Also, I like to eat too,
Yeah.
Other times is something like if you get someone something custom that they can't easily get, like if there's some artist on Etsy or a commission or something, so it's like something they can't get anywhere else,
Yeah,
that always feels pretty good.
Yeah, like I know I usually hand make a card or something for like birthdays or like Mother's Day or whatever, so I can go like, here, you can't buy that.
I think also I do like the idea of the more casual like gift giver, like if you just see something that someone likes and you get them the thing on the spot or something,
Yeah, I get you.
That's also pretty good because they don't have to wait for the birthday or whatnot, But sometimes some people aren't that good at giving you gifts, and it's tough because then you try to be as obvious as you can,
Yeah.
Right, and you're hoping that people pick up on the little intricacies of the things that you like,
You just start trying to prod them and be like, oh yes, it seems you like this Tony Hawk character.
Because it's kind of like okay, so it's kind of like let's say you like let's say you like a one specific anime character, and the person's like, oh, you like that anime character? Well, here's the Funko Pop of that anime character. And it's like, oh, thanks. I mean, yeah, thank you. Right?
Yeah, it's just one of those things like, oh, heart's in the right place.
Right.
I have some Rick and Morty Funko Pops that my dad got for me. It was just like, Dad,
hell yeah,
appreciate it either way.
No,
that's why I push against any assumption of my interests when it comes to family members, because I don't want that.
I mean, lucky for me, when people get me like clown related Funko Pops, the majority of times those look really good because something about like the soulless dead eyes just look really good on a clown,
Yeah, all clowns are known for their solid black eyes.
Right, exactly. I mean, I'm also kind of like upfront about if someone like gets me something, like I'm also pretty upfront about like what kind of styles I like or how do I like specific designs. It's hard to kind of like, I don't know, translate that to people. Sometimes I could not fully guess about the things that I like. I bought a random like Firestar figure because I just really like how it looks, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not like a fan of this character, but this figure is really good. It's doing something to me, something to my groin, and I need it.
This Firestar is caked the fuck up.
Oh man,
how is this legal? I better purchase it before they recall every single one.
True. No, you're not wrong.
And speaking of like weird merchandise, have you seen that? Like, I guess U2's has made like a fucking, it's like a Hatsune Miku figure, but it's like also crossover with XJ9.
Oh yeah, I saw that
design.
Yeah.
I mean, it's neat, but it's like, why not? Why? What's the correlation?
Yeah, I saw
really aggressive. I didn't even know that it existed until like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I thought that was very interesting. With it feels almost kind of out of nowhere, right? Like, I wonder how they came to the conclusion of choosing like Jenny.
Yeah,
I mean,
I know.
and you know what? Another thing, you can't ask Jenny fans about this because they're like, well, of course they'll pick Jenny. And it's like, no, not of course, motherfucker. That cartoon hasn't been on air for a long ass time. The fuck you mean, of course?
Yeah, fucking like that's sort of the thing. Like, if I feel like if any toy company is going to Nickelodeon, they're like, we already licensed out SpongeBob to these guys and Avatar and Last Airbender to these guys, so it's like, I don't know, we've got Doug and My Life as a Teenage Robot. Which one do you want? You know?
Yeah, exactly. Like,
I don't see any porn of Doug on the timeline, so I guess Jenny will work.
Miku SpongeBob would have worked a lot better. Would have seemed more obvious for me. Like, if I had to guess, like, which character would they Miku 5 first, I would say probably SpongeBob, because that's their most popular IP, right? They would get SpongeBob the little Miku ponytails.
Yeah, just have a Miku in a SpongeBob dress. There you go.
Yeah, Miku in a SpongeBob dress, and have SpongeBob in the Miku dress too. Like, they switched outfits.
That would go so hard.
Right, exactly. So the choice of Jenny, like, I don't know, I guess someone there just likes Jenny, I guess, right?
I guess so. It's just one of those things where it's like,
apparently the designers at U2's are actually quote unquote artists.
Oh, so they say,
according to their about page.
Oh, so they say, huh?
I would assume if you're a designer at a vinyl toy company, yeah, you are an artist.
Well,
usually
the line is getting blurred with the popularity of Funko Pop, I'd say.
I mean, U2 is a bit different than Funko. I mean,
there's, I guess what
competitor, but
I guess what Julian is saying, there's a difference between an artist for like a U2's and the artist for like a Funko Pop,
That's fair. Yeah, I guess it's probably a lot more of a streamlined like house style for Funko.
Right. Damn, I'm looking for Nendoroid, and they've never made like an Extra 9 Nendoroid.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, this is the only Jenny figure. It's just like, it's a very bizarre thing. Like, I like.
They have Teenage Robot fans. I mean, balls. You can't afford to not buy this.
I mean, yeah, my Life has Teenage Robot fans are eating. They're eating today.
They sure are.
But they've been starving since forever, so it's very interesting choice. Wait, hold up. Okay, they have not made a Steven Universe Nendoroid yet.
Interesting.
Yeah, I know. Didn't they make one for? They made a Friday Night Funkin' one, which was kind of like a wow, really.
I thought that was like, damn. You know what? I would have said that would have made me more surprised, but I swear, like, in under a year, they, like, after the release of Helltaker, they had like a Helltaker Nendoroid.
Jeez, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was
crazy.
It was fucking quick.
Isn't that company like in some sort of joint ownership with 4chan? So they have their finger like very on the pulse.
Yeah, I guess they skip from 4chan and they see what's popular. Right?
I guess that explains a lot of the choices, yeah.
Yeah, interesting. Need to make a quirky little quirky little cartoon comic video game project to get a Nendoroid in under a year.
Yeah, exactly. That's the goal.
That's the goal, right? Yeah. It's so funny that fucking Friday Night Funkin' was part of like a game jam competition, and I think he got like 3rd or 2nd place. But it's like,
really?
Yeah, but I think it's the only one in the jam people talk about, and no one talks about the one that was in 1st place.
Yeah, I knew it was a game jam thing, but I didn't know it didn't even win. That's crazy.
It's insane.
That has really sucked for the people who won. They're like, oh damn, we didn't get a Nendoroid.
Yeah, we didn't get
a $2 million Kickstarter.
Jesus Christ. What do you think about that Kickstarter? I've been hearing a lot of people saying like, I mean, with any video game project, it all takes a while, right?
Yeah.
But I hear that people are claiming that people who just mod the game are like figuring out stuff that they were trying to plan like before them.
Yeah, I mean, it really seems like the modding community is just like, it feels like by the time the game comes out, the modding community is like, oh, we've already figured this out for like 2 years.
Probably. Yeah. It seems like it's going in that direction.
Right, which is which is I don't know. It sounds frustrating, but I don't know what the Friday Night Funkin's team is about that. I know the one guy in charge is very pro like having all video games be open source so people can mod them like 10 times easier. Right.
Yeah, I guess the modding community has helped keep the game like in public conscience. So it's like, you know, when the game does inevitably come out, they're like, oh hey, here's the real one.
True.
But I do think that I don't know. I've heard a lot of weird stuff. How apparently like they still haven't shipped out any like the merchandise and stuff for like the people who backed it, and they also just like whenever, and you know, like in Kickstarters they'll give like updates on projects and stuff instead of like giving actual information. They'll just post like memes there, and it's just like okay, I can see why people are a bit shaky about this idea. You don't seem to be taking it very seriously.
Like, I don't know if I'd be happy to get memes in my inbox.
Yeah, like, I gotta check out this meme, and all their replies are like, "Yo, when the game coming out?"
I paid $10,000 for this game. Could you stop posting Morbius, please?
Please, just make the game come out, please. Check out this. Did you hear about this next Spider-Man movie? Set 5 years after events of No Way Home, Peter discovers MJ now has a family with a man named Paul. Peter must find a way to destroy their marriage and rebuild his own relationship with her before it's too late.
God, yeah, I've been seeing that. That stuff is so fucking funny.
I'm just so surprised that I'm more surprised that people are fucking reading Spider-Man comics. That's fucking blowing me away. Especially how invested people are into this whole like. I guess Cuck Saga.
The Cuck Saga. Heard of the Clone Saga. Wow.
Getting cucked is one of those things where like, man, like if MJ was like murdered, I think people would have like less of a reaction to that than like Peter getting cucked.
Oh yeah, I'm sure MJ has been murdered 1,000 times.
Yeah.
Peter's never been cucked.
Yeah, that the cuck is like too far. That's the one. Yeah, people really like put the line in the sand when it comes to the cucking. That's when they go too far.
I mean, I know there are definitely a lot of people who just kind of want like Spider-Man to just have a normal family and just not have to be fucking traumatized all the time or whatever. But I'm also like, he's a superhero.
I prefer Peter when he's traumatized. Like in the early 2000s, he was like miserable. I loved him as a school teacher and a guy who just like watches MTV and is like, I hate my life.
Yeah. Like it feels like he kind of has to go through conflict, or else you can't really have stories.
Yeah, no, you're right. And he hasn't been cucked yet either.
That is true.
Dan Slott did a great job with Superior Spider-Man, but now we have to undo all of his work. You know, we need to make Peter a dirtbag again.
Like this, like I know in a couple of years, it's gonna be a major event that rewrites the universe, and this Paul guy and MJ's children are gonna be gone. They're gonna be erased out of the timeline. He's gonna be back with Peter, and that's gonna be what everyone wants. I mean, this shit wouldn't happen if they should just have endings to superhero stories. And I've said this idea a million times before on this podcast. Just end it, and then just reboot it with a new Spider-Man. Kind of do like the Kamen Rider thing, you know?
Well, yeah, I mean that's what they try to do with stuff. I mean, I guess it's good that like Miles Morales has been so popular. Like I know in this new Spider-Verse movie, that's obviously what's going on. It's like so like. Well, he's actually able to pass the torch on and have a family and stuff, like what people want.
That's really like we should just start implementing that in the fucking comics. To be honest, one of these days I'm gonna make my long ass video talking about my perfect plan for like mainstream superhero comics and how to fix everything. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, there you go. That's the video essay. $1 million idea.
It's my video essay. Yeah, exactly. I gotta build a bunch of goodwill before I drop my most controversial video ever, which is proving everything is political.
Yeah, you're gonna have your unique Namosaurus moments where you make your 7-hour NFT defense video, and everyone just stops watching you.
My 8-hour AI defense video. Why AI is actually good for artists, actually. Oh man, dude. Man, fuck unique names. Fuck that guy.
Damn.
All right.
I probably would have been on his side, but then he did the whole like invoking of race towards the end. Like he just slotted it in and hoped that.
Yeah, there's a weird
race.
Oh yeah, in that 8-hour long video, there's a part for like 3 minutes. He's like defending Clarence Thomas.
Yeah.
You know, the Supreme Court judge who has like Nazi friends, the black one.
Oh boy.
Yeah, that's
like cool.
He's like defending.
He says like it's economically sound to defend NFTs because of this Thomas Sowell quote I read once, and it's like, what the fuck? No.
Yeah, it's insane. Like, dude, it kind of was doing this thing where it's like the NFT artists are kind of like the black people, and then anti-NFT people are like the white liberals who don't want to listen to them.
That's great. I love that.
Yeah, I watched the whole fucking video because
I watched
he did a recap where he's like, here's a shorter version, and he still kept that part in.
He was so proud of it, dude.
He's insane. I was thinking about doing a response video, but I'm too busy making comics that people actually read, you know. Yeah. So I couldn't, you know.
I forgot.
Public domain. You can take his characters and
make
money off of them.
Oh, it's public domain. Would you use whatever I want for my characters, bro? No one is interested in these corny ass characters, dude. I'm sorry. Yeah, sorry, buddy. I know. I mean, at least
the best he can hope for is someone using his characters to make fun of him.
That'd be pretty great.
Yeah, kind of opening yourself up there for that.
Yeah. Anyway, Unique Namosaurus, come on the podcast. We'll talk.
Yeah,
it'll be nice if he's like right there.
Glad to have you on. We're a big fan of your content.
Big
I love
fan.
your High Guardian Spice rant.
big High Guardian Spice defenders. We are.
True. They did the best with what they had, which apparently wasn't much.
Oh man! Earlier I was going off about people. Just make animated shorts. You don't gotta call them pilots. All right. And I think earlier I was about to say that I think the big reason why, like, because back in the day, people on Newgrounds would just make a whole series, just post it on Newgrounds. They just make a whole series, and sometimes episodes took a while, but that's fine because it's like, you know, we get it. You're just one guy, right? That's fine, and you just post that on Newgrounds. You'll be good, right? But then for some reason, because every hobby has to be monetized because of the fucking capitalism, everything has to be fucking monetized, right? This shift happened where everyone is like not interested in making shorts, but they're calling them pilots now, and it's like because their goal is that they want money instead of just like instead of just making a piece of work, right? Which there's nothing wrong with wanting money, right? I feel like you could still make money just making the animations and not like with the goal of getting like corporate investors in on it later, you know?
I mean, I feel like it's a lot of the issue is like back in the Newgrounds era, that was also when you could feasibly make a living off of YouTube just making short animations and stuff. Like now it's a bit more like you kind of do need some kind of like at least a lot of money or just like an idea that you can do very quickly, very frequently in order to make money off of it. And like, so it makes sense that people who would probably have been the type of people who would have made Newgrounds series are like, fuck it, I'll make a pilot and then, you know, maybe that'll make its rounds and then I can get hired by a studio.
Now, you know what, you're right. That makes a lot more sense. But that is a good point. I know with it kind of like if you really just want to make a feasible kind of like amount of money, if you want to make like a good amount of money just making animations online, you're gonna have to make something like you're gonna have to be in a very particular spot, like someone like a Vizzy Pop, who like I actually don't know how much money she makes on Patreon, and I hate that when you join someone's Patreon, it doesn't even tell you even after you join. But whatever amount she's making, that's just enough to like keep something like Hell of a Boss afloat.
Yeah, I mean, she has that, and she also like obviously sells a ton of merchandise and stuff. So there's clearly like that. But again, like that, she's like
that's a special case, right?
Not everyone's gonna be that kind of successful.
No, you're right. and my other example, and I remember, say what you want about Jello Apocalypse, but I think he was spitting when he said that if the kind of animations you want to make online with the emphasis on trying to make money, you're gonna have to make stuff like a chicken nugget.
Oh yeah, totally. I was thinking that they were kind of who I was referring to as saying like, if you want to make animations online, you got to make stuff that's like short and quick to make, and they have that.
Yeah,
pretty well.
Short, quick to make. You get the gist of the characters right away. Like you really just know what every character is about. You have a character for every like kind of like or like personality of a person. You know, it just kind of works, and that's kind of like the direction you want to like. If you just want to make money, that's the direction you got to go. You know. Because with the whole pilot thing, another big kind of like reason of why you should already be working in the industry before you get like a show or something is that like the people at the higher ups don't have any idea of like what you're kind of like. They don't have any idea how you are when you're like running a team of people, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, they have no idea. Like for example, if you think about that little bit of time when that time when Pendleton Ward left Adventure Time as showrunner, and then the person who became in charge was, I think, Rebecca Sugar, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That kind of shows the higher ups that she could handle a team, right? And then she got, you know, and I think at the time she was pitching at Steven Universe, and she got the opportunity to get a pilot done, and then Steven Universe happened, right? And it was just it was just they want to see how you work, right? And if you're the kind of person who just like you just don't really work well with others, you have terrible communications. How do you think you're gonna like run a fucking pilot, you know, or a show? I mean, how are you gonna be a fucking showrunner?
Like, yeah, it's like even if you are a very skilled artist or what have you, like if you literally can't communicate with people or listen to other people, it doesn't matter how good you are.
Right, exactly.
People will just be like, well, we don't want another fucking John K. So no.
Right, exactly. This has
no
been
Johnny K's.
This is
John K. free zone.
This is if I see John K, I'm pushing him down the stairs.
But you guys don't donate to John K's Patreon.
He has a Patreon.
He has a Patreon?
Wait, hold up. I want to see how much he makes.
He basically took all of his like. Have you ever been on like his blog?
John K. Oh my god, he does have a Patreon. How much does he make, you son of a bitch? He's got 50. He's only got 15 patrons. Okay, so and his only tier that he has is a $20 tier.
So yeah, he's I'm making a lot.
So I'm gonna do a little bit of quick math right now. So 15 times 20, that's 300. So either he's making a number between 15 to 300 is how much he makes on. Damn, that sucks.
Yeah, you know.
That sucks.
I'm looking at some of the posts, and it's what it says on the tin. He's doing art tutorials and art tips.
Oh, bye.
Yeah, he's basically just doing the stuff he did on his old like Blogspot account, where he would just sort of give like art advice and stuff.
I want to see him. I want to see him complain about Steven Universe.
I want to see him call Steven Universe a slur on Patreon.
What is this homo ass?
What was that one show people were talking about? Apparently has like really big trans representation. I want to see him react to that show.
You gotta be specific.
Dead End, I think.
Oh, Dead End.
Yeah.
I've actually seen Dead End. I saw the first season, and it feels very much like we have Gravity Falls at home.
Damn.
No offense to the Dead End fans, but yep.
All those deadheads out there.
All those deadheads, dead enders. All right. I think we are close to the end of the podcast. Like everyone knows, we love women. Catchphrase of the show. We love women.
We love women.
We love
big
women.
fans of women.
Big fan of women's. Spober here. Big fan of big women's.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Listen, you don't even know.
And in Cloud Milk too, he told me there's gonna be a lot of inflating with his story. You're gonna make them massive. He told me.
It's I'm gonna make them massive, and he fucking slapped me across the mouth. And I didn't.
Yeah, he was all like, "Cheesy, please let me do my Clownzilla story about a clown girl."
This is what the people want. All right, I know what the red-blooded Americans yearn for.
Yeah. And I said, "Shut up and go back to the porn mines." And I whipped them. Whip. No.
It's all like
except you were whipping him with your cock.
Yeah, I was whipping him
with his long, thin cock. It was impressive.
I did the fucking trick where I pulled a bunch of handkerchiefs out of my mouth, and then I used that as a whip.
Oh, yeah.
That's enough out of you. Whoosh, fucking whips him. Ouch! Ow!
Old clown slavery.
Oh boy. But anyway, now let's go to the who deserves to get canceled section of the podcast. And as our audience member knows, we pick people that deserve to get canceled this week. What you guys think of who you want to cancel? I know who I want to cancel. I want to cancel all the people who hate the Good Doctor memes. Because I think I think it's real easy to hate on. Okay, so if anyone knows, fucking a bunch of clips from the show Good Doctor got posted online, and the show just seemed atrocious. Very terrible representation of an autistic person, and it's funny because there's a character called Dr. Han, who what's his name? He's played by Daniel Day Kim, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he's like kind of like the villain at the start of the series, it seems. Because he's like ableist towards the Good Doctor's autism, right? But the thing is that the autism that like the Good Doctor has is so like cartoonishly bad. Like Dr. Han kind of comes off as an ally because he doesn't stand his cartoonishly bad autism. And he also kind of has like a Chad face. He has a very like muscular looking.
He's very Chad.
Yeah, he's got a very like trapezoid jaw. It's impressive.
Right, it's insane. So it's just a scene where like the Good Doctor just like yelling about being a surgeon. He's just looking at him with a Chad stare. And as you all know, that's code for Dr. Han, good guy, and Good Doctor, bad doctor, as in bad guy, right?
I'm going to be honest. I think this meme is already dead while we're recording this. By the time this episode is up, no one's going to remember what the Good Doctor memes were.
Yeah, but I guess what I'm mad about is not specifically the anti-Good Doctor people, but this kind of like the people who like start shitting on a meme, who start like saying they don't like a meme like too early on, you know?
That's me with every meme, unfortunately.
I mean, I think it's just like, the joke didn't gel with them. It just happens.
Yeah, it happens. But in my head, I'm going to say this, and it might be hypocritical. I might be proven false on the statement later, but I don't get tired of memes, mostly because I just know in my back of my head everyone's going to be tired of them in a couple of weeks. Right?
That's fair.
And the attention span is becoming so short, people get tired of it in a couple of days, you know?
It really depends on like the malleability of a meme. Like steamed hams was a meme that had a lot of leverage because people were doing it in creative ways.
Mm-hmm, right.
Like some have more mileage than others.
Yeah, with the Good Doctor, all you can really mostly do is like, the good guy, bad guy, right?
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. You got the guy making the crying face and the guy making the cool face, you know.
I think someone made a hip hop track out of that line. That was okay.
That's cool.
Yeah, I mean, we'll wait and see until like maybe someone comes in line and makes the perfect variant of the meme to keep it alive, you know. I'm
praying for it.
Yeah, kind of like the resurgence of that one meme with the horse, where it's like, man, I'm really hungry. And then the horse looks at them with a realistic face. How hungry? Right?
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, people went around for that for a while, just doing different versions of the horse one. But it's kind of recently got like a revival with people now doing that with other phrases. I even came up with one too.
Yeah, the one with Kanye.
No, that's not Kanye. You racist.
I'm planning on doing
that's Kevin Hart
for the Clown Milk
Kevin Hart
print extension. I'm gonna do a comic or meme comic of a guy reading Clown Milk and going, "Hey, this comic tastes pretty funny," and then you'll be there and you'll say, "Tastes how funny."
How funny?
Maybe people will like that.
You come taste funny, and then realistic face. How funny? But oh no, actually, it could be like a vampire sucking the blood off someone's like, oh, this blood tastes funny, and then he's sucking the blood of a clown, and the clown looks at how funny.
There we go.
But oh my god. But damn, what was I gonna say? I actually am working on a like comic about the extension of Clown Milk, and it's the first panel is Bongo in a coffin, and Luna and all the other Clown Milk clown girls are crying, and they're all like, "Oh no, she died because not enough of you pre-ordered Clown Milk," and then and then the second panel, Bongo like fucking resuscitates back out of her coffin, and she's all like, she screams the extension like that it's being extended out until Wednesday.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
That's a good one.
Yeah, posting that tomorrow, which would be Saturday, which already happened because today is Wednesday, according to this. When we upload this, it's going to be Wednesday. Last day to order copies of Clown Milk if you have it.
Last day.
Yeah, because after that, we're wiping our hands, and I'm going to try to get all the stuff ready to organize Clown Milk 2, Electric Boogaloo.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we'll get SuperSpoe to draw each one of the comics this time to make sure it's 10 times more popular.
Yeah, we'll have me draw all the comics. We'll have a no clowns in it this time.
No clowns.
It's gonna be.
We took everyone's notes. No clowns.
People look at me confused why it's called Clown Milk.
The shoes will be bigger and clownier, though.
Yeah, Spo is very insistent. When all the clown girls got to be bigger this time, got to be big, heavier.
Bigger, heavier. They need to have clown shoes on. Everyone, even the non-clowns.
I'm remaking my Tunnel of Love comic, but this time Bongo is huge. She's like 300 pounds. She's so big. She's so big it stops the ride, and then she's like, "Well, what do we do now?" And then they bang. Same story.
Fuck right there in the dark ride.
Exactly. Same story. Bongo is just 300 pounds.
There we go. That's the director's cut.
That's the SuperSpoe cut. all the same stories. They're just 300 pounds.
They're just all. We'll just edit it to be fatter. That's
right.
It.
Exactly. Yeah. And yeah, that'll get them jumping. That'll get them going.
That's what the people want.
Right, exactly. But anyway, who do you want to cancel, Julian?
So this one's a bit particular. I'm not sure if everyone will agree with me that this person should be canceled. But lately I've been working on the side on a comic that I feel I'm excited to work on. It's about an anime girl who is really into finance and is very frugal. And so as a result, I've been doing a lot of research to double check my biases and assumptions regarding money and commerce and capitalism, as it were. And I stumbled upon this tweet. It's a Japanese guy who gives a lot of financial advice, but I think he deserves to be canceled for this tweet where he is basically like, "Oh, woe is me. I'm a landlord and my tenants are 3 months behind. Here are some tips that you can employ to avoid this happening to you with your Japanese tenants." And I'm like, what? No, fuck you. Delete this.
So you want to cancel all landlords as well?
Cancel Japanese landlord. Yep.
Japanese landlords, get them out of here.
Get him out of here.
It's also obnoxiously long. Like, this guy is paying for Twitter Blue, so he deserves it.
I had to fucking do a double take when I saw how long that tweet was.
Jeez. I hear they're going to start gifting Twitter Blue out to people. Like, you could gift it to someone else.
Oh my god. So you could, send Twitter Blue to someone you hate?
Yep, and then they get it. But I don't know if that's going to all happen thanks to our the new person in charge of Twitter, which is a woman now, girl boss CEO.
Damn.
Finally,
well, we all love women here.
We all love women. Yeah, this is obviously a good move. Any move.
Everyone keeps saying, "Oh, time to leave Twitter." Nope, I have to support women.
Yep,
in tech.
I gotta support women in tech. Yeah, exactly. Women can do a bad move, but they're never as bad as men's bad move. Like, listen to this. When I say girl bad mood, don't get much of a reaction. I say men bad mood, ill, gross.
Yeah, I mean, they just, sometimes they just can't really help it,
Exactly. Which is why we love women and hate men.
We fucking despise them.
All right. It's okay, so we're canceling this Japanese landlord.
This random Japanese man, we're gonna send a hellfire missile straight to his head.
Yeah, we're gonna fly a missile over his house, just like North Korea.
Exactly. We're gonna make his children eat mud.
Yeah.
Let me DDoS his website. I'm joking. That would be a waste of time.
You should not. I don't think you should threaten this man. You don't know what he can do.
Julian's opinions do not reflect the main character syndrome. The opinions of Julian. Okay, but that's who do you want to cancel?
Who do I want to cancel?
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I think I want to cancel people who like the Good Doctor memes, just so we have both our bases.
This is a centrist podcast. We got to have both sides.
Yeah,
on the topic.
We got to have both sides of the discussion.
What are you saying, that the Good Doctor is excellent representation of autism? Is what you're saying?
I'm saying that it's pretty funny.
Pretty funny show. I love it when he does surgery, and I love it when he's so autistic he's good at surgery, but he's so autistic that he doesn't want to do surgery.
Yeah, it's the real duality of the autistic youth.
Right, exactly. I saw someone saying that, like, there's like autistic people who are in these kind of professions. It's just that when you get to that point, they're grown as professional ass adults.
Exactly.
So they wouldn't really, because an autistic person could act like that, but that's mostly something like a younger autistic person would do. I mean, I guess the gimmick is that he's like a, what was he, like a boy? He's like a boy, right?
Like a boy genius, yeah.
Yeah, exactly, like Jimmy Neutron.
Doesn't his
like Jimmy Neutron.
Love interest character become pregnant though? Like, they can't be that young. He had sex with her.
Yeah, it sucks. They're in a state where it's like legal.
Yeah, the child marriage laws, it's fine.
Mm-hmm. Right, exactly.
I think that's a good note to end it on.
Yeah, I think, exactly. We love autistic women.
We love women of all shapes and sizes here.
We love women's in every part of the spectrum. We support women in autism.
I heard that the spin-off about the autistic lawyer will have a female lead. So all main character syndrome fans, we're tuning in. Group watch. Group watch the autistic lawyer.
The autistic lawyer. Yeah, the autistic. Yeah.
Better. That's just what it's called.
Better Call Saul. That's the autistic lawyer show.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
He can't help it. He's autistic.
I tweeted this like twice already, but I do strongly believe you don't need to write autistic characters. Just the audience will decide if the character is autistic. It seems to just go that just seems how things go,
Yeah,
Let the audience decide.
Only autistic people can decide who is truly autistic.
Or just let autistic people write more things,
Yeah.
Yeah, but who's gonna let that happen?
I think the creator of Chainsaw Man has autism. Wait, no. Actually, I don't know if that's true. Don't quote me on that. I might have. Yeah, one of the guys behind Pokemon is autistic. That also gets said a lot.
Yeah, I've heard that a lot.
Classic quote. Anyway, this has been main character syndrome. Spo, what do you want to show before we head out?
Well, I guess there's my Twitter here. I'll just post the link to it in the chat, but it's SuperSpoe Twitter.
In the video,
it's NSFW.
In the video version, we'll have his @SuperSpoe. So yeah, we'll have his he does NSFW stuff. He also does SFW stuff, but who fucking cares, man? Fucking
exactly.
Cares.
Who cares? shoulders.
Bro, none of these women are 300 pounds. What the fuck, man?
What the hell, man?
Where's the fucking goods? God damn it.
God damn.
Exactly.
That one's a secret. You'll have to answer all my riddles to find that one.
You're gonna have to tickle them the right way to get it out of it. All right, Julian, what do you want to promote, buddy?
I want to promote theqcd.in. It's my website. It's where all my cool stuff is. Check it out. Explore.
Hell yeah.
Very nice.
Hell yeah. That sounds good. And I'm Cheesymanfredo, and today's the last day to pre-order Clown Milk. If you go on to SuperSpoe's NSFW account, he should have retweeted it. He promised. He told me he'll do it. He'll do it this time. He promises.
I've retweeted every time you sent it.
Okay. Source? No. But yeah, it's true. He has retweeted every time. My NSFW account, Creepypasta TC. That also has it. Last day to get it. It might be the last time you're able to get physically this year, maybe. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I might die later. Who knows? That happens sometimes.
If you are listening to this podcast and you do not have your copy of Clown Milk in hand, like in your physical hands, then you are banned from the podcast. You cannot listen anymore.
Exactly.
Cheesy will literally die if you don't buy this.
I will sneak into your window and slurp out your memories of this podcast for your ear. Like a fucking green goblin.
Like the fucking SpongeBob thing where Mr. Krabs makes the guy unwatch the show.
Yeah, exactly. Am I gonna say like Inception?
There was an episode of Powerpuff Girls. A guy sucks information out of people's brains by sucking them.
Well, there's an episode of SpongeBob where he goes inside people's like dreams. I remember that. Classic. All right, that's been Main Character Syndrome. This is Cheesymanfredo. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye-bye.